Hello and welcome back. House Republicans will try once again to pass an immigration bill, perhaps tomorrow. After the first one got voted down, the second one was postponed. So they're going to try again to wrangle and whip those votes. Republican leaders are looking for compromise between moderate and conservative members of the caucus. The bill is said to include $23 billion for border wall funding and surveillance. Despite the slew of enhancements, it is unclear if they're going to have the votes to pass it. So what's it going to take to get this one done? Joining me now, Republican Congresswoman from New York, Claudia Tenney, is back on the show. Welcome back, Congresswoman.
Hi. Thank you. Great to be on.
So what's it going to take? What's the most important thing here that you're trying to accomplish with this legislation?
Look, I look at it as a coalition government between the Republican Party alone. I mean, we have so many different factions. We have the moderates, the conservatives, the Republicans, everybody. But I think it's a good thing that the Republicans are so diverse because at least we can differ and come up with some solutions. It would be nice if some of the Democrats would join us. But the real issue here is we've got to solve this problem. It's been a problem that's been around for decades, and it needs to be solved. We need border security. We know that. We're seeing the crisis at the border. We're seeing people coming across the border illegally. We're seeing, this is something that just needs to be resolved. Now we have a lot of other issues that have come into play.
All right, if it fails, what happens?
Well, we have to go back to the drawing board. I just don't see how we can let this issue die. And I think the president coming out with his tweet last week saying, let immigration go away and we'll come back and resolve it. But I think a lot of that is a negotiating strategy. It might be art of the deal again coming to play.
Who is he? Is that a strategy for Republicans or Democrats? Who is he talking to?
I think he's speaking to all of us. I mean, look, I am a co-sponsor of the so-called Good Lat bill, Good Lat 1, I call it. I'm calling this Better Lat. It's another version of Good Lat. And then hopefully, if this doesn't make it tomorrow, we'll come up with the Best Lat bill, which is going to be the best version, which we can finally get the votes to get across the finish line. We need the votes.
Okay,
right now, I don't know where we are. I mean, honestly, this bill has been improved.
How are you involving the Senate and their methodology into crafting this House bill?
Oh, if you'd like their methodology, could you explain that to me? I'd like to know exactly what their methodology
is. No, that's a problem. There's a great disconnect, but you have a bill that's sort of spearheaded by Ted Cruz at this point, and he's working with fellow Republicans and Democrats. Does that have any chance of passage in the House?
Yeah, well, I'm actually a co-sponsor of the House version of the bill. That's the David Brat bill that I'm helping on that side with Ted Cruz. And that really is just one portion of this entire large omnibus bill that deals with border security. It deals with the DACA kids. It deals with immigration laws regarding agricultural workers. I mean, there's a broad visa lottery system, you name it. All those things are in there.
Why don't you guys, I mean, because this is going to be a big black eye for Republicans. If they try and fail and fail, it's bad news and bad optics for your caucus and your party before the midterms. Why don't you try and take more narrow elements that absolutely A, have to get done, and B, where you can find some bipartisan support and just do those?
Right. I think that's what's trying to be done. I think like David Brat's bill, which is the
when you
identical
use words
bill.
Like omnibus, it's very difficult to have a more narrow version when you're trying to do everything. It seems as though everything cannot get done.
Right. Well, the reason that omnibus bills exist, and I particularly don't care for them, we had them when I was a member of the State Assembly, is they're used for leverage. They're getting somebody to vote for something that they don't love, but they're getting something they want. It's the end product of negotiation and compromise.
What a horrible way to govern.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but that's exactly what an omnibus bill is. I'd love to see us do all these bills and stand on their own merits, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. So for me, I would really like to see us deal with the border security issue. We need to deal with the DACA recipients.
That's what you should do.
We have to deal with the
tie DACA with the wall and just do that.
Right.
Because it does not seem with the split in your party you're going to be able to do all of it.
Well, if we can get that, it'd be great.
All right. Well,
thank
keep us posted, Congresswoman. Thank you so much for your time.